Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. We got over 800 audios in this on this channel that you can check out on a variety of topics, coaching and emotional, mental health, and all of that good stuff. So, if you're looking to live your best life and find ways to do that, certainly this is a good video for you because ultimately that's the whole topic. But if you're looking for a way to do that in a one-on-one setting, would love to be of assistance to you in any way that I can. I am taking new clients with discounts for YouTube users, and so if you're interested in that, please reach out at PO Perception on Twitter or the About Me section of this YouTube page. Either way will get you where you need to be, and ultimately looking for the opportunity to connect with that on a deeper level. In any event, how to live your best life. Focus on your health, physical, mental, and emotional. That should be your number one priority. It's not other people. It's not necessarily even your family or friends. It's not even your the most important people in your life, because if you're not healthy in every way, you will not get to where you need to be. And at the end of the day, you will need to connect in a deeper fashion to be able to reach a really intelligent manner and to be able to handle things in a manner that will lead you forward in a good and healthy, decisive way. So health means finding ways to take care of your diet, finding ways to take care of your sleep schedule, finding ways to make sure that you're getting negative emotions out and infusing positive emotions and positive reinforcement, finding ways to find work-life balance, find time for your hobbies and things you enjoy, and above all else, try to be more grateful than you are bitter, because bitterness will eat you alive one way or another. In any event, the next thing to consider is ultimately connecting on a deeper level with your own higher purpose or the meanings that you give to things, and you can do that through journaling. Journaling is a great way, and other self-reflection exercises, audio journals as well as written journals can be helpful, as well as, if you're an artistic person, finding ways to put things to music or in other forms of art can be great ways to show where your emotions are going, where they have been, and how they are ultimately going to develop over time. When you chart where you were a month ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, you can begin to understand the patterns that control your life, both positively and negatively. Are there certain people or situations you're around that always bring you down emotionally? Are there places you can go to recharge or things you can listen to give you hope and a new focus? These are the things that you've got to chart over time to be able to own your life in a different way. The next is maintain friendships and social contacts. I know it can be extremely difficult to do this, especially in a time when people are more disconnected than ever before, thanks to the prevalence of social media over more traditional and actually useful communication devices. When in reality, we need people to be accessible to us, which means we have to have spent time cultivating and building the relationship. That means during the times when we don't need somebody is the best time to build and focus on our friendships, because eventually we're going to need them, they're going to need us, and building that rapport will pay off when you eventually know what's next and what you need to focus on. Also, be willing to give time for the benefit of another person, because eventually they'll give time for you, and it'll all balance out in the end. When you're willing to give as much as you receive, then you're living in balance. Sometimes you'll need to give more, sometimes you'll need to receive more, but as long as you're focused on trying to balance the two, you're doing things in the right way. Speaking of focus, being sure that you have clear goals you're focused on, short term, medium term, and long term, is important. It doesn't matter how big or small the goal is. It also doesn't matter whether it's a goal that you've been working on for a while or whether it's one that you ultimately are interested in developing over the next few weeks or months. The bottom line is finding ways to connect with goals in a meaningful way, or in a way in which you begin to understand the value of connecting on a better level, or a level that makes sense for you. When you begin to understand the need to remain connected and not become emotionally overwhelmed and having a proper outlet for your emotions, then you will be able to have a better life and better mastery of your life. You'll also be able to be more focused because you'll look at the things that are holding you back differently when you actually are, aware of them. The next is living in the moment. The reality is the future and the past don't exist. Now, that doesn't mean you don't have memories of the past and dreams for the future. But in reality, the only place at which you can actually change things is this moment that you're in right now. And what's amazing is 2 minutes ago, this moment was the future. 5 minutes ago, this moment was the future. 5 minutes from now, it will be the past. And all of these concepts of moving forward in that way can be ultimately kind of confusing. When people focus on the past and ruminate over things that haven't happened, it's because, in part, they're afraid to move forward and to take new chances for the future. When they're focused on the future, it's because they're not grateful enough for the present moment. So the reality that the only thing that truly matters is the now. Yes, building for the future is good, but also understanding that you need to be flexible is most important. And then also kind of looking at killing the inner critic. Now, inner criticism is helpful as we always want to improve. But when our inner critic has a voice that's holding us back from taking action, then we're losing time, we're losing energy, and we're losing focus, and also we're losing one of the most valuable things we have, which is the time we have on the planet. So, unless the critic has advice on how to improve that you plan to implement, and you can turn the critic down, extrapolate the useful information, and then go back to working at your best, then and only then will you have value in what you're doing. Killing the critic does not mean killing your intuition completely. It just means list listening to that which is most valuable to you and discerning which might be a repetitive loop that comes from fear. The next is kill the complainer. Look, complaining gets you actually absolutely nowhere unless you're willing to take action towards the process of. So, in closing, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.